What is going on, everybody? My name is Ian Robinson, and I am a ZRemesher trainer here at Maxon. Hello, how's everybody doing? So that was a little bit of a different intro, and there's actually a good reason for that because today I wanted to introduce a new ZBrush Live artist. You might have seen them before, so I want to bring them on in a moment. But what's up, Carbon 4444? How you doing? What's going on? So today's going to be a little bit different because we are prepping for tomorrow, which is May the 4th. And if you are not too sure about what is going on May the 4th, let me go ahead and grab some links for that. I'm going to go ahead and first share my screen. So I'm going to go ahead, let's do something. Let's go present here real fast. Hold on. Because I want to show you guys some cool stuff. So let's go ahead and do this real fast. I'm going to share my screen. Let me go ahead and get my entire screen. And let's do this guy right here. Also, thank you so much. Yeah, my birthday was yesterday. Thank you so much. Hello, Icy Film. What's going on? Okay, so you guys are seeing Watto right here. This is where I've gotten so far with him. But again, today is actually going to be a little bit more interesting. But first, May the 4th, as we were talking about, let me get a new window here popping up. I'm going to go ahead. Oh, look, you see I'm like super organized. How's everybody doing? How is May happening? Are people excited for May the 4th? So let's go ZBrush Central real fast. May the 4th. So with May the 4th, again, we are doing a stream tomorrow. So you're going to want to be here because we have Sam Williams. He's a renowned prop costume designer. He makes these guys right here. As well as Hasbro. Hasbro's coming in, and that's going to be super awesome because we're going to be talking to the whole team about some stuff. And then on top of it, we have Leonard Yee. Leonard Yee is a former Disney Imagineering. So if you guys have questions, please show up. And there is that as well. Are you the guy that made Pickle Rick? Yeah, I actually did do a Pickle Rick. I've done two, actually. I need to finish that other one. Hello. Oh, thank you for the birthday wishes, everybody. Okay, so today's a little bit different. So I'm actually not going to be the one who's going to be sculpting today. We have a special guest, so I'm going to bring them on right now before they like sit there and you know, we just keep them on hold forever, and then they're just never come on. No, I'm just kidding. All right, here we go. And everybody, please welcome Chloe Worthy. Chloe, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. I didn't just fall asleep. I would never fall asleep in the morning. That would be crazy.
That would be crazy. Wouldn't that be crazy?
Awesome. Yeah. Oh, happy birthday, by the way.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. Well, it's been so crazy. I was like doing a bunch of stuff. But so everybody, this is Chloe Worthy. So a little while ago, we did a live stream where they did a character breakdown, and then we've been working back and forth closely, and they wanted to come on ZBrush Live full time. And obviously, Chloe, you're freaking talented and amazing. So we thought we're going to go ahead, and I try to do these introductions because I think it's always nice to like A, have a conversation, but then B, introduce everybody to it. So Chloe's going to be taking over today because we're prepping so much for May the 4th that you know, it's a lot, and I'm really excited for that. So Chloe, you're going to come in. So Chloe, tell us a little bit about yourself first and foremost, for those who don't know who you are, and also to what you're going to be working on today.
Hi everyone. I am a 3D character artist, stylized 3D character artist. I really enjoy anime and various other media like Bloodborne, which is the sculpt I will be working on today. Inspired, these are my OCs that I kind of concepted myself, and I've begun posing, and which is what I'll be doing today, is tweaking the pose slowly, meticulously. For the one character that I don't want to rig, I'm just going to be slightly moving the fingers and the arms, and because like I said, I don't want to rig it, so it's just I'm not posing it that much, so it's fine. So I just want to sculpt it with like, oh, thank you for the chat. Posing it slightly in, hold on, I have to log in.
Sure, I'll get you that information. Keep going. Okay. I'll get you that info.
True. But yeah, I'll just be posing it, and yeah, maybe working on some bottles I need to finish. I have some modeling I need to finish on the Hunter.
Oh,
And
nice.
it has weighed on my I actually streamed yesterday. I did a 2D stream because I did not want to finish modeling, because I've done so much. If you will see the sculpt, you'll see what I'm talking about. Like, there's just so many things I've done already where I'm reluctant to continue modeling. I'm just like, can I just like use something from somewhere else on the sculpt? Like, there's got to be something I already made. Like, I too much, dude. Yeah, it's fun. But it's I'm ready to be done, you know. But it's whatever.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Well, people are really excited to see your project and stuff like that. It's gonna be fun. You're having some really good comments. Go ahead and try to use that real information I sent you to view the chat, because again, you're gonna be taking over and having some fun today. I'm excited to see what you do. And while you're doing that too, if you guys have not seen Chloe whatsoever, we'll be sharing some socials for that as well. So, or she'll be sharing socials for sure. Please
Yeah,
do
yeah,
that.
yeah.
So, and also too, since Chloe's going to be on the ZBrush Live team, you're going to see more of them. So they'll be telling you exactly when they're going to be streaming, where you can follow them, et cetera, et cetera. So welcome to
Yeah.
the team, Chloe. It's super exciting to have you. And I'm going to go ahead and add your screen to it so you
Mhm.
can see. Boom, look at that. That's
Oh,
insane. Look at your
it's
detail.
so much. It's so overwhelming. Like, I've done like these 4 little mini bosses from the game. Not mini bosses, like main bosses or characters that I've enjoyed as the keychains, and then the characters which I've designed from were inspired by other uh concepts or just mashed together.
See,
And,
that's super cool though. Like that's amazing. Like I freak out when I try to do original characters. Like everybody knows that I love fan art and I like to sculpt, you know,
mhm,
pieces that make me happy or make me smile, even if it's ridiculous koi fish with random arms. I love I love that stuff.
mhm.
So, but it's so cool to see how like you take inspiration and then you adapt it to make something unique in your own, but still really fascinating. So I think that's so cool.
Thank you. Here's all my references, and of course Biggie Cheese in here. But like, so just mishmashing together like pieces of the game, or yeah, it's very intimidating, but I enjoy it. Just piecing together like different parts from 2D works or 3D pieces, or um, it it really is my oh, I love my shirt. Thank you, Kyle. Um, it's really, I don't know. I feel like it turns on a part of my brain that I don't know. It's, I can just get into, as soon as I get into that state, I can really experiment. And as you'll see, like I'll like point out details later on where I'm like, oh yeah, when I was just like working on it, and it just came to my head like, oh, this would be a good idea for this piece, or this makes sense for this character. It's always just really sitting down and starting just working on it, and then having an idea of like, oh yeah, I kind of want white hair, and then being like, okay, but then like this character is gonna need like to be look this way, because anyway, it's really so close to see. Yeah, let's go, Matthew.
Yeah.
Yes, and
Cool.
yeah, it's just all of it a big. Let me try this. Let me take a picture, screenshot it. Let me look at it, like step away for a minute, and be like, okay, I need to change this and this. But yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, okay, so real quick, were you able to get into the chat so you can see the
Hmm.
chat and comment? Perfect.
Hmm.
Okay, so we do have a Mr. Kyle in the background, and I will be popping back and forth and stuff like that. So I'll be here towards the end. Chloe's going to stream for the next 2 hours, so please hang out, show her some love, support. And Chloe, amazing to have you here. I'm going to dip out so you can just go nuts. You have the whole fun time slot
Go
to
ham.
enjoy.
Let's go, guys.
Everybody here, thank you so much for welcoming in. Chloe, say hi and enjoy your stream. I will be back towards the end to wrap up with you. So I'm going to dip out very gracefully, just like this. And I'll see you guys.
Bye and have fun.
Bye, bye, bye.
Oh my god. All right, guys. I think I can listen to music, because otherwise I'm gonna be. Hopefully it won't show up, because I'm gonna use some music. All right, hi guys. Welcome. Let me pop the chat over here so I can see it. Let me just rearrange my windows. Give me a second. Professional. All right. But yeah, welcome. I'm not gonna say again, I promise. I got this. I got this. I know, right? Hi, Jan. Hi, Jan, darling. How you doing? How you doing, doll? Hello, T. All right. So yeah, I'll be posing the character and kind of the style that I heard. I posted on Twitter about it, so I'm gonna take that from my tweet. Okay, I liked a lot of the. Also, I have a stream too, so I'm very experienced with this. So I feel like because I did just wake up. So I was like, oh, yeah, I got this. This is another stream. It's just another. Like, I got this. I do this every day. Yeah, but basically, I will be. So this is the old pose I did, and I really like this giant head I did. Even though I shrunk it here, but I'm gonna do probably increase it into T-pose mesh, bend the fingers, kind of bend the legs. I'm also gonna disguise the crotch a little bit because I don't know. I feel like I aim to just hunch him over more, since that was the idea for the character, was to have him kind of be sort of this. What's the right word? I always blank on the right word every time I talk about it, but he's very not aggressive. He's kind of, dead. Like he reanimated, but he's not aggressive. So he's just kind of like, wow. Words. Gotta love him. Gotta love him. All right, let me see. Okay. Oh yeah. So, ooh, shit. Am I crashing? Wait, what happened? Did I try to open a file? Ooh! That was my bad. Okay, the file's huge. I'm doing great, guys. Hi, Tiffany. Oh my god, my Steam's open. Apologize for that. Listen. Professional. All right. Oh, look at my background. You see my desktop? It is Bloodborne. Look at it. There it is right there. I'm going to just open the other Z tool though. I'm going to get the creature. So I have the creature in Sim, and then I have the creature in what is it? Pose. Or all the characters together. Just so it makes it easier for my computer to handle. But yeah. All right. So I'll get started as soon as this loads. But yeah, I like the skirt here better. What else? I just gotta trust the process whenever I do it the first time. Oh shit. Use skin shade for the thumbnail. I'll give you, since I won't be going in and out of zoomed in, whatever it is. It's gonna be a bit awkward. All right. I'm gonna go into, where is it? T-pose mesh. I'm gonna start bending the legs, and then go back out and do some fingers. I'm not ready for fingers yet. I'm not ready. Oh, that was quick. Okay. So I'm trying to get this. Where's the pose that I referenced before? Here, sort of like a legs kind of, off. All right. Let's group. Or should I do this? I don't have to worry about the bangles. I'm just going to do it out of this because I already have it grouped and I don't want to group again. I'm about that. They're really simple, so I'm like, I can just move the bangles. Never mind. Usually if it was the fur, I would do it, or nah. I want to replace that for like move it. All right, let me go back to here. All right, let me group. Oops. You want me to do this and then this? Wait, turn symmetry off. Oh shit, hold on. Do I want the nails to be? Okay. Not nervous at all. Okay, let me look at my references. So how's everyone doing today? Hope everyone's doing great. Jan's here. Who else? Yeah, actually, I'm gonna switch to the other one. Gonna slowly give it that outward leg look. Wait, I'm gonna stop using my mouth. I use my mouth constantly. Hello, Blake. Welcome in. I'm not Ian. I'm actually you know what? Actually, no, I am Ian. Hi. No. Okay, I guess the title, does it say Chloe or does it say Ian now still? Oh yeah. Oh no. But yeah, welcome in. Hope everyone got some good sleep. All right, let me tweak it. I've tweaked the legs a lot since I've done it, so more. You move it more out. Hold on, actually go back and then move it more out. I'm gonna make it more. Hi, how is everything? I've been using it for ZBrush for 12 years, but always learning something new. Oh, do you come into the streams? I'm making this for 3D printing. No. I'm making this for the flex on the hose. I'm making this for a render. Because that is way too much to prep. And it's like too much to concept and prep. I'm not about that. Wait, Ian go? He had to leave. He was gonna hang out with me today, and he just, but yeah, he had to step out, so I was just gonna take over because it was very busy. I get it. Don't want to hang out. See. I was thinking about hiding these hair tufts on the feet because normally you don't see that. So I don't know. It was like a 50-50. But I'm gonna actually post the fingers now too. I have lots to do. I was worried I wasn't gonna have anything to do for stream because I'm kind of finishing up on this, but I'm like, I'm gonna be here for another week. Gorgeous desktop, thank you. This is cool, thank you. Thank you. I love the color palette, and so nice. Oh, yeah, it's so sweet. It was a lot of debugging, let me tell you. Do I want a greener green or do I want like a teal green? Go back, you compare. Ah, I see. I feel bad. I haven't watched as much as I used to. I've been watching other programs. I've been cheating on ZBrush. Not that I know everything about ZBrush, you know. I don't listen. I'm trying to make small time right now, and I can't assign the colors, dude. I usually always go for more muted ones, and I'll tend to, what is it? Always, not to brag, but I always nail it the first time, and then I'll mess it up by tweaking it. Like, oh, just go back to the first one. All right, let me get the wonky tool because I want to. Speaking of something new, I don't know if you guys know this, but here, let me sign into my ArtStation so I can pull this tutorial up. The link. Let me get a proof. Hold on. Professional. I'm already logged in. I'm not. Oh, I gotta get the little thing on the phone. All right. But this tutorial. Wait, my collections for Reposing Fingers and ZBrush. So helpful. I had to quickly pose the Maria fingers really quickly. And for the little keychain, and let me tell you, this came in clutch. All right, it's this tutorial. Hi, Rush. How you doing, Rush? How you doing? Where is RC? Okay. So basically all you do is edit the curve of the move tool, and it makes it easier to bend fingers. Gotta stop saying that. All right. But yeah, I'm gonna do that real quick. Let me open. I had like 7 Chrome windows open. Let me not do that. I'm gonna be like, and then like a whole stream shuts off. Oh, that'd be. All right, so let me go to the here, and it's in the stroke, rotate, curve. Hold on. I think I already have it set. No, I don't. No, wait, is this a transpose? Curve plus rotate. Hold on. I'll just put it over here. But it's like curve plus rotate. Okay, yeah. Right here. Just going in and tweaking it. All right, what? Oh, wait, I hit the thing. Pro. Curve master. All right, let me. Fun. Wait, why can't I see him now? Oh well, looks fine. If I could delete that. There we go. Perfect. Perfect. We got this, lads. We got this. And ZBrush, and then just dim it so that you can have a look whenever you want. Yeah, you could do that. Or you could do this. Where's the wait, this is always on top. Let me control shift A. And then no, I don't like doing the what's it called? I'm just built Effie. I like to put it over here, or like, because I don't know, something about pop-up menus and what's that called? Just doesn't agree with me. Like dairy. Like, what is it? I like having all my hotkeys or everything on the menu just because I don't like looking through things. It's like either have to just go in and do. But yeah, you find what works for you. I think it also would color the screen too. You got one hell of a voice. Oh, let's fucking go. Let's go, dude. Oh. All right, professional. You know, I should probably see what my stream looks like too. I'm very organized right now. All right, let me do it in sim, because I'm gonna have them kind of be more. They're kind of like very stiff right now, and I'm gonna be like more relaxed. So let's go in with sim on. I should probably show on the fingers first. It's fine. It's fine. It was funny. I remember when I was first talking to Ian, we were talking about how was like we'll do things on stream and then be like, no, it doesn't look right. We have to go back and fix it off stream. And then I'm that is so true. And what I'm probably gonna do today. No. Oh no, I think we're good. But there are things where you'll have to go back and fix them. Like with this project, I had to go back and fix every single fur piece. Just casually. Just casually. Okay, so what you do is you drag this thing out. And so wherever you want to rotate it, and you so you're on rotate and alt and rotate. So alt. Oh, wait, that's not working. The way I want it to. All right. Is that right? Yes. Okay. So we're gonna just go like looking at a hand, which we have. We're gonna wait. Drag more, drag it out. Whip it into shape. Shape it up. Am I talking with someone? I am not. I'm talking with myself. My UI or your UI? No, I'm not gonna make the joke. I'm not gonna do the pun. No. No, I will do it. Okay. So no, I'm not gonna explain it. Fuck it. Okay, so I didn't say I would never do that. My friend Pear, we joke about UI all the time, like ZBrush UI, and so he came up with this joke called UI so serious. It's so bad. Anyway, it's really good because it makes people like. So yeah, it does a job. Hello, Ian. Hello. Yes, Ian is busy. He was gonna hang out, but he's busy. I get it. Busy lad. The 4th. I don't think I'll be participating in that, but that looks cool. You gamers should join. Wonder if I can do it without masking. Hold on, someone's messaging me. Messaging me. No, we're good. I'm just gonna make sure it's like Ian not being like, Chloe, you gotta get in there. Gotta. What are you doing, yo? You're fumbling. You gotta, I don't know. Let's see. Oh. Looking at my hand. All right. Oh, so the first finger comes out more. Okay. So I did have them grouped, but then I UV'd them, and then I can't get the groups back. So it's fine. I just have to regroup. I need everyone to regroup. All right. Let's see. God, posing is so fun. I don't know about you guys, but I mean, I love it. I do love posing. But like really tweaking it together and getting that like main pose is very exciting. Let me see. Like, what is it? I also have to go in and like tweak these shoes too. That's what I woke up today and I was like, I gotta do that. Oh, gotta go and fix a fold in here. Let me see. Just changing my music real quick. Oh, but yeah, I'll be streaming with ZBrush, and not Ian's time, so Ian will be streaming again. I'm not replacing Ian. Of course. I will be streaming, I'm thinking Mondays, before or after Shane, so be what would that be? Before, so AS, so no, like, you know, like BC or B, I was gonna say BS because that sounds wrong, but before Shane or after Shane is sometime to switch control everything because I can. Oh, that's cool. Are you? K1, let's go. How are you, Caitlin? Let's go. All right, they let me here. They let me stream here. That was crazy. After all the just I'm not gonna say it. On my stream, we talk about some funny things. Just related to no, I'm not gonna do it. Yeah, you guys should join, definitely. Let's not mention it, I know, right? Yeah, welcome in, Caitlin. Yeah, I'm just working on my pose like I normally do. All right, let me see. Let me divide up real quick and check this. I think I also made them too chunky. Let me get the platform into. Is this it? No, that's not it. Do I have it? I don't think so. What is this? Okay, let me just insert a cube. So that post about what is it? It's still going? The 2D pose? Bruh. The one about 2D versus 3D, where it's like you can spend months working on a 3D piece versus what is it? Here, let me show you guys. And I won't change my ways. Okay, so tweet this out this morning because I was working on a 2D piece last night, and it's like it's such a different ball game because you'll be you have to get done like fast, right? It's or you have to, you know, I guess there's thumbnailing and there's figuring that out, but what is it with 3D? It's so different because you can reuse assets so much better than with 2D, and it's not just the assets, but the overall pose and the what is it? Because like once it's done, it's done. But with like 3D, you can just, oh yeah, I'll just go and tweak this or fix this. There's the issue of getting uh tired or what of a piece, which I definitely face sometimes, but I like the working through it is I think my strongest suit as a person. Because people are like, oh my god, how can you still work on this? How can you do these massive pieces? I'm like, listen, I don't know what to tell you. I love I love seeing like the final product come through. Working every day, like I'll have a system in which I get really specific because I like I showed everyone the notebook. You have to get really specific with the check marks, otherwise I don't finish or like do like the task. So I don't know if I can see this camera. I think where's the stream? Okay, here it is. But I have like this notebook where I keep like the record of not record, but this is like the rendering. So like, this is when I'm finalizing everything. And it's like the green is modeling, the pink is Maya or Blender, and then the blue is like the texturing, like finalizing process. And that just helps me. Like, so look at really specific. So it's like, here's one. Top earring, circle. What? Okay, hold on. Metal on keychain, just that's the texturing. Move camera and create camera and Blender is like Maya, whatever. And it just helps me stay organized. Where's the red straps to be what? Anyway, really specific, like I said. But yeah. All right, let me. Oh, this no one of the series is. Oh, let's go. It's a cool. All right. I was gonna also tweak the shoe to be. I'm gonna get that. So whenever like your shoe contacts with something, is it's got that nice like bend I really like to tweak, and it's kind of hard because I have like all the straps and things on it, but on the shoe it's like here. Oh, let me raise this up a little bit. I have to raise the wolf's feet up, but it's fine. If you take mask, actually let me use the mask lasso. Take the move and then line it to the normals, and then just move it here and feet. Yeah, this is the feet of the hunter. I haven't cut them off yet. So how much time? Ooh. So about no, because I didn't do anything in March. So about a month. Because I took March off because I was working on another project, which just came out. Which is really exciting to see. You guys should go check it out. I guess I don't know if I can. I don't know if I can link other projects, Kyle. But yes, it's really cool. It's on my Twitter, and or retweeted it a couple times. But I guess hold on, I think I have it open because I had to step aside and do some work for. Oh, wait, do share. Okay. But yeah, I'm gonna link it in the comments. Oh wait. Oh shit. Hello, yes. I am here on this channel. But yeah, that was a lot of, gosh, everyone on that team is so talented. I wake up and I get to like learn something new every day. It's motivated me to learn because I use a lot of ZBrush, right? Even to hard surface model. Like I love ZModeler. Like if I'm gonna do some ZModeler today. I've been reluctant to finish these pots, but I'll do it for you guys. I'll do some ZModeler for you guys. Here's some. Where's the? This is yeah. I just have to finish these like little bottles on the character. 6 times. All right. Because they're a witch doctor, the character. And I was gonna do like the numbing mist from Bloodborne, and I've already done it, but let me move. Oh, that's the pose. Okay. That looks so creepy when I open it. All right. What? Okay. You know what? What? Oh, this is the OBJ, and I bring it into Blender when I rig it. Let me turn the color. Model in A pose and then adjust. Yeah, it's just easier and faster, and for texturing too. All right, let's see. Like this is so much easier. Like the necklace thing I need to finish. Okay, this is all the ZModeler work. Need to ZModeler. Everything I do is ZModeler. ZModeler, my beloved. Hey, these bottles I've not finished. I started to ZRemesher it. These I made from, just the cube. Like that's the numbing mist, and then I have to finish like the tall and skinny bottle. And it's on my list and I haven't done it yet. So let's do that too. I'm kind of jumping around, but Ashley, let's go. I'm not sure if is it or to call you A cubed. Yeah, of course. Like I still have to finish the canister, dude. There's so much. I get so overwhelmed. Okay. There's the bottle. Okay. Hide everything else. All right, let me look at the references. All right. I was like, where are they? And I turned off the what's it called? Always on or whatever it is I have. It just goes away. All right, let me see. Okay, these bottles here. Thank you. The terms of service, that book. Oh no, no. Yeah, I know. I said it looked like something, and I listen. We'll make it less. So, all right. Let me see. I can make the base wider. Dude, I was listening to so much Linkin Park yesterday. I was like ODing on. Oh, sorry, I do not speak Russian. Fine. I haven't used the ZModeler yet, but I need to tweak the overall silhouette. It's not very interesting. So clean, love. Thanks for sharing. Of course, Casey. You're very kind. Thank you. I know I'm not the usual So I really do appreciate you welcoming me on. It's very kind of you. We're gonna happened here. I guess I could just delete. Wait, can I do that? Perfect. Okay, let me check something in my settings. Where is the groups? What was it? Adaptive. Oh, that was a cool thing Ian showed me. What was it? What was the curve brush name? I wrote it down. Adaptive size, ZRemesher guide. ZRemesher guide. Will it work? Does it keep curves? Curve strength. Ooh. I only did the same thing, but I just cleaned it up a little bit. But I think I need to mess with it more. Okay, ZModeler. Oh, I wonder why I can't see. Dude, I also have like the sun in my eyes. Oh no. Deleting some of these I don't need. And then someone else. Oh my god, I hung out with my friends this weekend in Atlanta, and every time I'm in the car, I like steal some of their music. There. Now, okay. Let me reach. Love ZModeler. It's so fast. Let me save too. God, there's so much to do. Fixing the gloves. Yeah, we're fine. We're fine. I can't stress how important friends are. They really keep you sane when you're like, just do this, or just chill out, and like, you know what, you're right. Everyone has a good. All right, let me see. Transpose. Let's do complete. Love this one. Just enter it, and then I just expand. Left corner. This one. Yep. I'm just making the bottles for it. Wait, I can't see the screen. Hold on. Oh yeah, it's left corner. Oh yeah, I left it. Thanks, Master. Let's go green. Green besties. I have like plants on my desk. I love green so much. I've got green on my computer. Let's go. Masa gets me. Actual true friends are like the concrete enclosures to my nuclear. I know, right? Yes. My friend Pear jokes that like, oh yeah, I've been witness to like all your breakdowns, like, and it's true. I think. Oh yeah, what did he send me yesterday? So we're kind of opposite sleep schedules, but he said as soon as I was like, oh my god, you know, like we always say good morning, bestie, and it's not all the time, but sometimes. But he said, "Oh, I hope you don't have had too many breakdowns in the meantime." I'm like, "Oh, not today, not today." No, yesterday was a good day. Also, I kept reminding myself, I'm like, oh my god, I got this. I was doing a 2D piece, so you gotta stay motivated because it's not your strong suit. I'm like, guys, we got this. And you know what? It worked. It sucks how much it works. Because uh I'll be like in my head, I'm like, oh my god, it's fucked. But if I keep reminding myself out loud, oh my god, it's fine. We got this, guys. Like it's all good, and it works. Because I was making changes that I'm like, wait, this actually kind of looks good. I guess I could show you. It's still open, but I was doing this 2D piece. 'Cause I want to do like a black and white study of just to get like the values right and start getting um as your helmet. Wait, did I? Yes. uh yes. We are so yeah, I'm something about 2 yards myself. No, I'm definitely not good at values and balancing those, especially with color. Because in ZBrush, right, you can turn off color like very easily, and so that's a really nice option. But with there's so many things I don't get right into the like with like lighting and so yeah, we're working on it. But all it takes is just some toxic positivity. You will do good. No. Also, I love dynamic subdivision. That's why what I use prime since I have kind of a terrible computer. I'll use that up until like I'm already UVing. Like I'll use it for like hair. So if you look at this, like this is all just dynamic subdivision. Like there's no subdivision here. Anyway, a little tip for you. If you want to preview the final, just D, and also keep it up here just in case. I think you do really good. Thank you, Vudic. See more. I would like to see more modeling on your art station. Oh, is there not like enough pieces? Yeah, I'm very critical. I will spend. Wait, did I turn symmetry off at one point? Oh, okay. My friend Pear is like, Chloe, chill out. It's just art. I'm like, no. Yeah. And then the. Right, I think I'm done with this one. I don't know why I'm spending so much time on it. Okay. Oh yeah, let me make the straps too. Let me not do what I did. Do I want to crease it and then assign the loops, or do I want to extract them and then so make some straps kind of to like tied on? The Queen of the Underworld yet? Oh my god. Dude, do you ever just say so much that you don't know what you were saying before? Like my friends will quote me and be like, you said this, and I'm like, this was so funny. I'm like, I did? That's crazy. I don't remember. Let me get my shoelace. No, what I'm gonna use? I'm gonna use the B here. There's like a 2 brush. I think I'm gonna just extract. I'm gonna just do this. There's so many ways I do things now. I'm just like, just pick one. I was thinking too. Yeah, I can't roll our song. I need to drink some water. Sorry. I look like I was just sneezing for a second. All right, I'm just gonna pretend like we're on my channel. Yeah, okay, there we go. Brinko. Be sitting there in silence, just thinking of 12. I'll have a whole full conversation with my friends, like in my head, and they'll be right there sitting next to me. I'm like, let me just, let me, let me speak what I was thinking. You know, joy of 3D. Let's go. I've been seeing your animations. They look so good. Some Blender NPR. I've been doing some of that as well. I'm setting up a Blender use myself. I'm setting up a Blender. Also got hard offs in Box Gunner. But Z the Modeler is my beloved. I'm not sponsored. I say that as I'm on Pixologic channel. Which we gotta get past the first stream, then we'll be good. We'll be good. Love creasing. All right, let me. Eyes look good. All right, let me duplicate it again. Let me just alt click on it. Wait, what? Let me solo it and then for a cube. All right, Ashley, so great. You guys should go follow. I want to do what you did to me. You gotta promote your shows. You okay? It's not you. Gotcha. Alright, let me delete. I'm gonna fake it. I'm gonna make it look like there's straps here. Delete hidden. Then we're gonna keep the mesh all. Flip it. And then we're gonna inflate. Oh. No, they don't. Am I? No, I'm not a 3D artist. I feel like it doesn't look good because I need to like layer it. I think I'll keep these and then delete the round one. This is so boring. I could be doing some pose work and then I'm just like, let's go do some bottles. See what I mean? You see what I mean? It's hard for me to do these. What do you mean? Blender, my beloved Dan over here like, Blender. The heavy water laced with boric acid helps with nuclear meltdowns. Oh, doesn't that? I feel like that's something that you get when your stomach's upset. Oh my God, Ian!
Hi.
Let's go.
How you doing? I'm still working in the background, but I was like, "Hi, don't mind
Hello.
me. I'm just dropping in."
Let's go. This is who I was supposed to be streaming with. Yeah.
Okay, I'm here. I'm still doing stuff. So I'm doing stuff for May the 4th, guys. And Chloe's been gracious enough to come in and stream because now there's ZRemesher Live. Hey, Cube. Hey, Kate Wynn. Hey, Joy. Hey, everyone. Oh, thank you, guys. Mastafu, thank you for the birthday wishes. Awesome. Yeah. Let me redrop your socials too, by the way.
Let's go, dude. I can send the link tree. Actually, I don't know which one you have.
The giant link I just dropped.
Oh yeah, that one.
Yeah, let me see something real quick. Let me see if I can get a shorter one for everyone. I'm just like, yeah, here you go. Here's a 28,000 character stream. Way go stream.
It's like when you copy an image off Google Images and it's like this massive text. You're like, oh no! It's so horrifying to look at. It's like 7 percentage signs in it. It's impressive.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah,
okay,
welcome in.
Let me drop the socials. Is cool. Yeah, of course, it's always cool. Yeah, you drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. Oh man. So how's it been? I've been eavesdropping a little bit here and there.
I've kind of like jumped from 3 things, but this is like normal. This is normal. I've been reluctant to finish these bottles, so I'm using my. I think I'm ready. I think I'm ready to finish these bottles. I'm very close. I think I just need to add finish the straps and yeah. No, I'm good.
Nice.
I think everyone's confused about like
Yeah.
why it says Ian or why you're not here, but I think they're pretty accepting of me. So
Oh, this crowd's amazing. Yeah. This was super last minute, but like I said in the beginning of the stream, and for those of you who may not have joined at the very beginning, we've worked with Chloe behind the scenes on a few things. We had a stream with them uh, a few last year, actually, I think mid last year at some point, showcasing workflows and stuff like that. And then we started working with them behind the scenes because they're obviously super talented and amazing and hardworking at what they do. And we thought, you know what? Let's bring them on ZBrush Live.
let's go.
Let's do it. So also too, I'm like peeking through all of the everyone who dropped images at the May the 4th thread. Wow, I cannot wait to show this stuff for tomorrow. It's so crazy.
Yeah, that's exciting. It's I can't wait to see.
Oh yeah. Someone dropped some like wicked like wallpaper effects here too. I don't even know which. Oh, okay, I'm picking that one. That's we have to go through. We're grabbing images. So there it is. Oh yeah, Akeep, are you streaming? You're streaming?
Yeah.
No, not this week.
Oh no, I took a picture. I think.
Let's see here. Boo. So yeah.
Dude, do you ever find like when you're streaming you forget everything?
Oh,
like
all
you're
the
just
time.
like be blank so hard. You're like your brain just did like a factory reset on you. And like, where am I? All right.
A fun fact: I was at NAB, which is National American Broadcast event. It's huge for new software, hardware, especially in film. And we it was my first presentation there for ZBrush, and I was doing this pipeline process, and I was gonna use Stager to to showcase how you like set something home position and then move it off center, especially with local symmetry right now. And immediately, like I was like, okay, so we're gonna use Stager, and then I looked over, like, and I was like,
oh my god!
I had a partner there, my partner, my colleague Ellie, and super awesome, by the way. She's a rock star. And then, like, as soon as there was too much awkward silence, I was like, "So, do you ever do that where, like, you know where something's at, and your brain just completely goes, we're done. Yep, it's not there anymore.
It's too relatable.
I have no idea where it's at. Yeah. Lead trainer just totally dropped where it's at. Congratulations.
Oh my god,
So,
it's
yeah,
too
it
relatable.
happens.
That vacant kind of wait. It's so hard with like with when you're trying to be presentable and like talk with balanced chat and then also do art at the same time. It's definitely a wild game of when will I blank and will people remember? But they never do. Or they never notice. I feel they're also very forgiving too. Though they're working in the background, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, it's
it's interesting too, because it's like what's interesting is talking while working. Like,
yes,
being an artist is already hard enough, like you're saying. So yeah, like, and I think it's definitely a skill set that, because I don't personally shut up, and then somebody was like, hire that guy and give him a platform. It just made it worse for me. But it is something. It's funny story. So story time, guys. Funny stories. Actually, that is something that I wanted to get good at way back in the day, because public speaking for me was terrifying. And I grew up in the 90s, and so having to get up and give verbal or oral presentations was always like terrifying. And then I never really got out of that. And then one day YouTube came out, and for those of you who remember what YouTube was before Google bought it, it was a nice little platform. Everybody was posting videos, and I was huge into Street Fighter and Call of Duty competitions. And I was like, well, cool. I'm just gonna go ahead and just make some videos. And then I couldn't listen to myself speak at all. It was like really terrifying that how awful my public speaking skills were. And so I was like, okay, well, I want to try video editing some more. And then, long story longer, basically what ended up happening was live commentaries came in where Call of Duty artists were starting to showcase that they could play the game and speak at the same time. And I was like, oh my God, how do you do that? That's terrifying. And so I started talking to myself while playing Call of Duty, laying out what I was going to do, which made my ex question my sanity for like a while, because they were like, what are you what are you doing where you're like just straight up talking to yourself? But then I was like, I'm trying to get better at public speaking, but I'm just like terrified. And ultimately what ended up happening was I just started posting those. I started making live commentaries, but this wasn't live streaming because back then Flash was still a big deal and that sucked. So it just got to the point where I was just starting to make live videos, do everything in one take, no editing, posting those, which then eventually led to live streaming. And I found that I just got way more comfortable talking on the fly with everyone. And so as I got really good into video games and was playing that, and then I started competing more, I became the talker of my team, being like, okay, like we used to play domination Call of Duty all the time competitively for MLG. So I would tell people, okay, I'm going to be here at C6, D5, like things like that. Like I'm here at this coordinates. So this is where we're going to be. I'm on the V flag, or I'm coming up. So I started being very talkative with what I was doing. And my team obviously appreciated that. But then when I was trying to get into artistry more with 3D sculpting, I found that like the way I learn is that I just tell people what it is I do. That's how I learn. I like if all of my closest friends, they will sit there and they will be like, they know that if I'm explaining how something is, I'm explaining how something is, like, oh hey, I learned, check this out, this thing, you could do this cool thing. What they've learned to translate that is, okay, Ian just learned something and he's solidifying that knowledge by explaining it back to quote said person. So if you're in my closest circle and I'm like, oh my God, check this out, blah, 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 I did this thing's super cool, and this is how I did it, in the back of your mind, just be like, all right, he just learned that because that's how it's doing. But then that helps me like push that knowledge back out. So I find it to be really fascinating that it's just something that I wanted to work on for public speaking. And then eventually it turned into, that's how I remember things. And then that turned into me being able to teach it back. So it's so crazy. It's like, I feel like it's an insane route to just have to like learn something, but also like, I don't know. It's just the way my brain works. I'm probably broken.
No. That's I was talking with another artist who really inspired me, and I'm not gonna name him, but he was saying how he will like do the thing for like the stream, like will learn the tool, and that will get him to introduce him to the new like technique, and just to he said is very selfish of like what is it of him, because he's like wants to get to like learn it, but I'm like, but like that teaches it to so many people. Like there's such a beneficial trade-off when you like create like the content to like, even though you're learning it yourself, you're still helping so many people out by like just streaming it or just putting it out there, and even be like, oh yeah, like I learned this, and then someone else is going to come along and be like, find that on YouTube and be like, oh, this is how you do this, okay. Even though they can't tell like you're learning it for the first time, it's still like it's introducing them to that aspect of whatever you're learning. Like I find that with like 2D or with 3D, it's like what is it? So it's everything like that.
Yeah,
Learning. So I feel like everyone's like mostly self-taught for like a lot of these things. So having like these resources like Libros Live is so nice.
100%. A-Cube says, talking stream of thought while working is so much easier for me than voice overs and editing. I think the perfectionist gene takes over when editing and I overthink. So yes, me too. 100%. Oh my gosh. No joke. Like, you hand me a script, like I could read a script and that's fine, but you hand me a script and I have to like go over it like 100 times. But if you sit there and you're like, okay, this is what you're going to talk about, or this is what we need to like, here's the information, we just need to convey that. And if you can do that, just do it live. Let's go. Like, ask me a question, I'll take your question, like pop it on, or here's the information back to you. Totally fine. Like, let's go. Because for me, it's like, I can probably say it faster, better in a couple takes than I could sitting there for hours on end reading a script and trying to remember each portion. And just like, my brain doesn't work that way. So
no, for sure.
Let's do it.
Could you show how you haul out these bottles for the glass? I have not figured that out yet, but I'll figure that out. But what is it for someone was just talking in the Gurn, is that how you say your name? But yes. Because I was thinking I was gonna fill it, or I might just gonna like make it translucent, but not translucent, opaque. But for like what you're talking about with scripts, I can't. Yeah, similar. I can't have that strict. I mean, I'll read over it to give myself an idea of what I'll do, but if I have this, like, it'll sound so stale and very like I'm like there's a gun point in my head kind of thing where I'm like, hi, but if I just go in there like and I just sit back, I'm like pretending to talk to my friends or you know just put on some music or whatnot, and I can just you just gotta go and do this, and if this happens, then just do this, and it's really it's much better, and I feel people pick up on that and they'll follow along more if it sounds so it's easier to text 1,000 words than to write 1,000 words. Oh yeah, like messaging. True. Joy, that is so true.
Yep. Real quick for Gurn, yes, G with a hard G, awesome. Can you show how you hollow out these bottles for glass material rendering? So to answer the question, and is what I would do personally is have some halfway decent topology, like just ZRemesher it really nice and low, and then just give it some thickness, which is all you really need to do for then the render, because that if it's a single-sided geometry or like it's just like watertight and then you go to throw glass on it, the problem with that is that glass material, while it will display glass, what you're really getting is just like a kind of like a really, it's hard to explain the detail. It's just like it looks like a really weird kind of broken sheet. It's funky. It's like it doesn't reflect or refract correctly. But if you have a little bit of thickness, even just a teeny bit, doesn't take much. Now what you have is two sides that where the normals are facing the opposite way. So when the light refracts into the material and then renders, you're going to get a more realistic approach to the glass render. And then a little tip is if you have liquid inside of it, there's this thought where like you're going to want to just have the liquid kind of embedded slightly into the glass, so it's kind of clipping just a little bit, but not too much, because it will give you a really nice realistic render as if the liquid is inside. So if you look at like a glass of wine, like red wine specifically, you can kind of see where that liquid is touching. And if you just have the liquid sitting on the surface of the internal mesh, it's not going to refract right. It's going to look weird. So to make it look normal, you got to kind of just let it clip that glass just a little bit on the geometry, and it'll look way more natural. So give it some thickness, Yes, thickness, not inflated. So you could do that one of two ways. You could go in dynamic subdivision and just give that single-sided geometry some thickness that way, or just use the modeler and then just extrude out a little bit, and that should get you really close to where you want to go. So that would be the approach I would take.
I'm just gonna rip something from my other mesh I made and just put a little guy in the container. Just gonna put this little squid, squish him, make him look like he's in the bottle.
Yeah.
Whenever
I know this is not a portfolio review, Oliver. Chloe is a new ZBrush Live artist. They're going to be on, was it Mondays? I think you said, when are you going to be on?
Yeah, I figured Mondays, but I don't want to impede with. I haven't talked with Shane yet, but I'm like, I'll just go before you or after you. But yeah, I'm thinking either after, just because that's when I normally do it. But yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, definitely there'll be more of a schedule posting as well. So, because we have a whole calendar system. So, like, yeah, shout out to Shane also, if you guys don't know. But yeah, definitely. Yeah, he's super awesome. So.
Oh yeah, no, there's nothing like, I just didn't know, like, like I'm still a new guy. I'm still new here, guys.
Welcome though, seriously.
Thank you. I'm making some worm right now. Anyway, what were we talking about? Yeah, the glass. Yeah, I haven't really approached that yet. But yeah, that gives me a lot of tips. Thank you.
Yeah, 100%. Glass is super fun, but it is definitely like, glass can also be kind of a pain if you don't get it 100% right. But I find just a little bit of finessing is those little tips. Like, I find those to be the easiest ones. And then what I like to do with glass too, and this is just for me, most glass materials out the gate, no matter what DCC you're in, is it seems to seem too clean. So what I like to do, if possible, is I try to add like a little bit. If you have materials, because obviously ZBrush doesn't have materials built in the same way as other render engines. When you're working with materials, I like to add like a little bit of like a texture for like dirt.
Yeah.
And so what I do in ZBrush, if I'm using Redshift for render, is I will utilize another material, and I will paint with material kind of like, I'll go into the noise maker, and I'll make a noise, and then I'll use noise by masking. And then I will I'll soften it a little bit. Then I'll take something like a matte cap or something that's like a darker material, and then I will paint that on there. So when it renders, it looks like it's dirt, and it gives it just a little bit more interest, because again, glass just looks too clean and then it looks fake. So giving it just a little bit of dirt, like it just came out of a washing machine or somebody was handling it. If you even want to get fancy, poly paint like some fingerprints on there.
Oh yeah,
some ideas.
I love that. Like whenever you add like a little bit of smudge, or it's so cool. Like just like fingerprints, or so good. Oh yeah, I love rendering eyes, dude. I'm mostly I would say I'm a pro at subsurface. I'm not like skin. It's so hard getting right. But yeah, I'm definitely. I'm ready. So I only use glass whenever I do like the sclera, so I'll have like a mesh, just to make it easier for myself. Like whenever like lighting, because it'll catch like the light of the eye. Where's the sclera on here? But like just having like this kind of bumpy like mesh, and then I'll like assign a glass shader to it, and then I'll have it over the eye, like over the actual eye itself, and it just makes it so I can get like do like a cool shape underneath, and then really catch the light with like this bumpy kind of outer, because that's what your eyes, what is it, are, is like this like not two mesh system, but like it's, I don't know, it's just it's easy to light for me. I don't know, just to catch that like little light shine that is so hard to catch, like with in lighting. So I don't know if anyone lights here, but it's very hard. Anyway,
No, 100%. No. Yeah, eyes are cool. Can I steal the screen for just a second? I'll
Yeah, go
share
ahead.
a tip on this. I'm gonna switch screen just for a minute.
Please do.
Boop. Okay, so I have Watto here. He needs some work for sure. But something I love to do with eyes as well. So I'm gonna focus on this. This isn't super realistic, but it's just poly paint. But if we turn on my poly frame, what I like to do is these really nice and clean spheres, which if you just
Ooh, those are
utilize
nice.
the IMM basic primitive brush, you have this guy right here. 1 second, I'm going to turn on the gizmo. I'm just going to let me duplicate this real fast. Come over here, delete higher. Okay, so this is your basic IMM primitive sphere 32, and this has really nice topology out the gate. So what I do is I come through here and I actually create some poly groups that I think will give me some good looks. So I'll take something like this,
Mm.
I'll break these up, and then from there hit auto groups, right? I'll hide this, come here, make this new poly group, and now I have this here. And so what I do with this is then I will subdivide this up, and then I use different poly groups to give me different stuff. So here is the overall like pupil, and then I have like the iris, and then I have the rest of it. And then what I do is I mask off that section, and then I'll paint this. I always paint the pupil true black because
Mm-hmm.
that makes it look like it's going infinitely, kind of like you're
Mm-hmm.
looking into the eyes, gives it a nice. Hold on, let me delete that one real quick. This one right here. That's like a pirate eye right there. Let's see. So delete that one. Boop. So it kind of gives it a nice little effect. So from afar, it looks really, really good. And then the other thing, let's zoom back into his eyes that I like to do is then I'll do like a nice little blur. And then I always paint a bloodshot kind of red tone in the back.
Yeah. To get that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because especially if the character has like some sort of grittiness or roughness to it, or like he's like kind of a nasty or villainous character, like Watto is he's a slave owner in episode 1, which is terrible. So I gave him some eyes that represents kind of his character, and then I always do a fake AO paint pass where the eyelids are going to be. Still needs some cleanup, but it gives it a nice illusion, so it kind of gives you that little bit of a redder
Right.
feel. And actually, these eyes are just a little too high. Oop, there we go. So I'll do something like that. And then from afar, that looks really, really good. If I go into realistic eyes, that's when I'll take the time to actually do some sculptural details and
Mm-hmm.
really make that pop. But that's how I start all of my eyes, whether it be cartoony or realistic.
Oh, I never heard of that brush. I'm gonna use that. I like that a lot. What
And now
is
you
it?
can have it back.
Are you using the toy plastic on the eye?
Yep.
I
Yeah.
love that one so much. It's so it catches like the light. Yes. Anyway, it's like, oh my god, what material is that? I'm like,
Yep.
default ZBrush material.
And what I will do is depending on where I want the highlight of the eye, sometimes I'll use the toy plastic, I'll have everything showing, and then I'll rotate the character and see where there's an interesting eye catch light.
Right.
And then I will
Yeah.
mark that spot
Mhm.
with some white paint, and then I'll take off the toy plastic material and I'll go in and I'll paint that in. And then I will always have that kind of like painted eye
Yes.
catch look.
Yeah.
So I'll
Because
do that
like
sometimes as well.
exactly. Like so much like what is it? This like this little sphere right here. I really I'm like, oh my god, I love the way how it looks in ZBrush. I love the way the preview. I'm like, why does it look so good? Whenever I'm in at like Maya like lighting or Blender, whatever. And so what I'll do is I'll reference that. I'm like, okay, so like the lighting is like front, kind of top, like back here. Let me just mimic that. Let me try to get as close as I can. And you know what? It looks so good because like
Yeah.
I'll lighting is so hard. And what is it? It's like this was so helpful, and or just like find like you were doing the finding that like where the light catches. I'm like, why is it not catching? Is it the material? Is it the placement? Like what's happening? Like that whole kind of debugging process is
Yep. Actually, what's really funny is when I did photography and photo retouching long before I got into 3D, what was
Mhm.
cool about knowing all the information about photography is, and this is a challenge for anyone too who's like studying light, so I implore everybody in chat to also kind of do this as well, is when you look at a portrait of somebody like a headshot, you can always see the light setup in their eyes. Always. You can always just look at the eye catch and see where that light's coming from.
Yes.
So if you want to know if it's a 2 or 3 light setup, it's always in their eye. Just zoom straight into the eye and see. Like you can always guess that there's a rim light somewhere happening, like this red light back here. There's always some sort of rim light. But if you want to know what the light breakdown is and you can't tell by the shadow and highlight, just zoom into the portrait's eyes and then take a look at it. And usually you'll be able to catch all the lights being used in the eye. And that's how you can guess and replicate what's happening. And then use real portrait photography light setups for your characters when you're prepping for render. And you'll pretty much guarantee get a halfway decent render within 5 minutes.
Yeah. That's
fun.
or oh, what's that?
No, so there you go. Enhance, AQ says. Enhance.
Computer enhance. Yeah.
Enhance. How would you just print the damn thing?
Oh my god, dude, like learning to read shadows and lighting setups it will blow your mind the first time. Like it's like, oh, where's the light coming from? Or it's such a I feel it for me, it was a hard skill to pick up, but just like, oh, like if the shadow is here, then that means the light is coming from here. But once you like start to do it, you can really implement that into your own work. And like what you're saying with the eye highlights or anyway, it's quite like there's always something you can learn in art. This I'm still every day it's really cool.
Oh yeah,
Anyway.
100%. I find that artistry is a life journey when it comes to studying, learning, expressing. Like I feel like as artists, we should always be improving upon our knowledge of whatever it is we're um, trying to experience or share ourselves. We should always be looking at new ways to express that, whether it be new tools, whether it be new forms of art. Like I know when I was learning stylized characters, like I love stylized characters as far as looking at them and even creating something goofy and silly because I think it's super fun. But I would say the thing that in the beginning I felt like a lot of stylized artists were kind of more of the same. It felt very repetitive until I learned the differences between different styles of stylized art. And then that made me want to learn it more. And even though I don't favor my art to be super stylized, I tend to lean towards this like semi-realistic clay got bashed together and Ian called it art look. But it's the fact that there is all these different mediums that I personally really enjoy. And so just learning how to do certain things, even if I don't have any full interest myself in doing it, is super fascinating. And it just helps me appreciate. And then there's always something to take away from that. Like when I was learning stylized artistry, I learned that like part of my stylized approach suffered because I wasn't really good at anatomy. So I went off and learned anatomy really heavily. And then that's when I learned, oh, you could break all these rules. Now that you know the rules and understand it, now you can see where to break the rules and how that can benefit or take away from your art. So you have to know when to push something super far and when to call it a day. And I just find the joy of learning just helps me as an artist express myself that much more.
Oh God, yes. Yeah, break the dude. So there's so much about what is it? The way they all influence each other, like with anatomy, and then like going into mechs, because the Ava bots, like the Evangelion, like they're it's still mech, but there's also like a lot of human anatomy, inspiration from it, and it's all intertwined with each other. It's really cool.
AQ, I love your take. Everyone does stylized art. bam, like hard. Everyone does it. Unless you do photogrammetry. It's a spectrum, and I'll die on the
Oh,
hill that is broadening the word stylization. I love that take. I love and appreciate that
that's
take
based. Yeah, that's I love that.
because you know what? I never really looked at it that way. So boom, there you go. A cube with the mic drop. Cheers. You just blew my mind.
Let's go. Let's go. I'm screenshotting and putting that in my PRF. Hold on. Actually, though.
Boom, perfect. Because that's all it is. Like that's what I love about art. That's something that that this is the reason why I got into art in the first place. Like I used 2D drawing when I was a kid to escape life because there was so much happening in my life, and I was always in between visiting my dad and visiting my mom, and the back and forth, and never feeling quite at home in either one of those spots. So I drew all the time to escape that, and didn't mean to go super deep here, but just fact. But that's what gravitated me towards art in the first place, was like, wow, I'm able to not only express myself, but I'm able to even then take things to the next level and just find something that I could be passionate about. And because of that, I was just super intrigued with the way artistry can change perspective, change mindsets, and also improve well-being. And so, but then when I was studying art a lot, it was always the argument of stylization or realistic. What are you going to be? You're going to be stylized artist, you can be a realistic artist. And it's like, okay, and that really was asking, did you want to sculpt SpongeBob SquarePants, or did you want to sculpt like straight up portraits? And it's like, well, I like anime, and that wasn't cool in the 90s. I'm just gonna flat out say it. Like no one liked anime in the 90s unless you were weird like me, and then you were made fun of doing that. So it is funny to see anime is like a huge thing now. But so like, and even then the internet wasn't that prevalent. So super fascinating. That was just like, how are you watching Dragon Ball Z? Okay, well, it's on Toonami, and this is how we do things. But so I liked anime a lot. So most people didn't get my artwork here in the States, even though it was starting to come up. People were just like, well, what are you drawing? That's weird. And I'm like, yeah, that's why I like it. And that's what I liked about anime, was it seemed to be a stylized approach to art, but you could push realistic hard in anime. Like you could take a realistic body and then stick an anime head on it, and it looks awesome. And I was like, how about I do both? So that's what I always gravitated towards. So just like when I started sculpting, I realized that like, oh wow, I first I heard that there wasn't a whole lot of American artists who could do anime correctly. So I was like, hold my beer, I'm gonna go try this. And then after that, I was like, okay, cool. I want to learn now like the Disney Infinity stylization. So studied under Shane Olson. And then I realized that I didn't enjoy that as much as I like making leaning more towards realistic. But now A Cube just dropping the knowledge, like it's all stylized. I love that. That's super cool.
Like, what is it? The what you're talking about with I remember the first time we talked, you were really pushing hard. Like you're like, oh, you really like anime. You're like anime. And I'm like, in my head, I didn't really think of it as oh yeah, I do. I mean, I do like anime, but I wasn't. I guess I don't really see it in my work. I don't know. I'm not. It wasn't really like a thought that had occurred to me, but you being like, oh yeah, that's like your thing, and I'm like, wait, you're right. So I do pull a lot from like 2D works or from and it's what is it? It like that whole what is it? Just influences is I felt like I was more, just very broad, or not broadened, but pulling from everywhere. But you're right, it was a bit of everything anyway. But it's crazy how you can mishmash things together and it work, start working pretty well, and not look, like your work or anyway.
Yeah. Well, somebody once told me that your art style is determined on 3 points. It's observation, the things that you're looking at, things that inspire you. Practice, the things that you choose to practice, which is not always the same thing as inspiration. And then, of course, major influences, the things that you're seeking out to actually give you some sort of structure. And so it's like what inspires you, what influences you, and what you practice ultimately makes up your style. So if you're somebody who really likes anime, but you also like realism,
Mm-hmm.
and some of your influences are, like let's just call like Dragon Ball Z and then Cowboy Bebop and then Demon Slayer as like just those main ones, then more likely your style will tend to lean more towards that anime feel. And I found that super fascinating, especially as a younger artist trying to figure out like what to even do as an artist, because I find that everything inspires me. Like I look at something,
Right.
I'm like, wow, this thing is awesome. Like that's where the Santa Cruz hand project came from. I was just walking outside of Universal Studios headed home with my kids, and I saw this sticker, and I was like, that's awesome. Photo, like took a
Mm-hmm.
photo, and the next day I'm like, we're sculpting this. like
Mm-hmm.
so yeah, but it's interesting because everybody's journey is so unique and special. And what I also like is to be able to work with other artists on projects like collaborations, because I feel like then that's another way that you can grow as an artist, is when you start working with artists that maybe have a different style or a different approach, and then you start doing that iron sharpens iron approach where it's like, oh, I do it this way, you do it that way. And then sometimes like you end up finding processes that other artists use that benefit you, and sometimes you find that like, oh, I actually influenced this person to do things the way I was doing it. So
Mm-hmm.
that's also a feel good moment, but that also is a thing that's like, yeah, this is really awesome that we could share this with each other. And that's what I love about the community of artists as a whole.
Especially 3D, it's so small that I don't feel like everyone knows each other, but it kind of feels that way sometimes, where people are like, oh, like like especially on Twitch, like it's even smaller, where it's like, oh yes, this art, like 3D artists. I'm like, yeah, like yeah, we talk every day, yeah, or um but yeah, it's like that collaborative where like where you'll learn and from each other, or and trade off just
Mhm.
like things that you've picked up from other people, and then it's like this whole just melting pot of like learning. It's so inspiring to be a part of it. I never thought I would be the blushing emoji Jan, where it's you'll be like just watching someone stream, and then you'll learn something new. You're like, oh, I can use that. I can use that. I can use this new brush that someone used, and they actually went through like you talked about, whereas they went through the brush menu and like found a brush that they liked, and then now that they use it to make like really cool mechs or really cool uh whatever uh, anyway, but yeah,
Yeah.
you're right.
No, yeah, it's super cool. Whatchamacallit, there was a question that came in that I think we both could answer because I think it's really cool.
Mhm.
It's up there a little bit. Hold on. I lost it. Like I lost it for a second.
Mhm.
It says, hey, and what do you think about scanning and texturing with real mesh photos? I personally love it. I think photogrammetry, scanning, taking pictures of textures you see on a day to day. Like sometimes I will do that. Sometimes if I'm like out for a walk or I'm doing something unique and I find there to be a really cool texture, I'll pull out my phone and I'll take a nice photo, especially if it's like not too crazy lighting, like
Mhm.
overcast is ideal. I'll take a few photos of it and then I'll make a texture out of it, because I feel like every art is always, in my opinion, just gonna throw that out there. Um, art is a interpretation of realism. The stuff
Right.
that we see every single day. It's just the way you see it as an artist is how it will be expressed. So making, that's why like, Van Gogh, for example, his paintings are so beautiful and just completely inspiring, because that's how he saw the world. And
Mhm.
when you look at it through that lens, when you're looking at somebody's art, it doesn't matter. Like if we take 5 minutes aside and don't be so quick to put our critique hats on and just look at the art
Mhm.
in itself, you'll start to realize that what you're looking at isn't necessarily a direct representation of what's being displayed. It is a direct representation of the perspective from the artist's point of view. And that artist's
Yeah.
perspective helps then connect with the piece more. So yes, there's always going to be things to critique about a photo. I don't think there's a perfect image out there in existence. I think everything could be improved somehow, some way. It's just that's our best at the time we display it. But setting that aside and appreciating art for art, when you look at it through the mindset of this is their perspective, I think that changes our approach to how we look at something. It doesn't matter what that image is necessarily, as much as it is you're looking at an artist's expression, interpretation, and vision of something. And if you start there, I find that it helps with critiques when that artist asks for help. Then I can be like, okay, I can see what you're doing. I can see where this is going. And I can find something to be super joyous about it. But then when it comes to, but when you just let the image breathe on its own, there's no wrong way to eat a Reese's, as they say. So,
like, what is it? I was doing that's just for the color studies. I've been doing a lot of 2D color studies, and I tend to pick more vibrant colors when I look at because what you're doing is you're trying to be like, oh, on the color wheel without color picking, you're like, oh, okay, I'm gonna choose, this is kind of what this color looks like to me, and then how it all blends together. And I tend to pick like more what is it, just vibrant colors, or and it's really cool how that happens, or lean more towards like warm palettes, or you learn something about yourself, or not just other people. But it's the cool thing about art is he's like, oh wow, I really do like this, the orange you know, colors, even, or sorry, spectrum. But anyway, yeah, I think you're like right on the money when it comes to how we, what is it, just interpret or look at other people's works. Because yeah, I'm like, now I look at them like, oh my god, this person really likes showing off what is it, just like they really favor purple, and then that just, I don't know, it's sorry,
yeah,
I got lost in my thought.
I feel like you learn something from an artist when you look at their work. Like, yeah, I feel like when you look at somebody's artistry, whether you like it or not, I feel like that's always an opinion. But when you look at another artist, you get to meet that artist,
Right, yeah.
because art is always it's what is the word I'm looking for? I'm losing my brain.
See, it's
Art,
hard.
yeah, art again, it's just an expression of self, and it's personal. It's a part of us, right? But this is why sometimes the big conversations, like, you know, if you're a professional working artist that you're doing artwork for a client, what I find then is those are the times in which you need to approach art slightly different. If you're working on as a professional artist, I think it's important to know that, like, ultimately, even though you're able to express yourself and express who you are, I think it's super important to know that where is the artwork going? If it's art that's not for you, but for a client or for a job like a studio, then there needs to be a little bit of detachment from that piece, not completely,
Course,
because
yeah.
it is yours, you are working on it and you're a part of it, and you should be super proud of that. But once you're able to hand it off to another team that then takes it from there, then it's just knowing that you are a member of the overall vision, and you get to be a part of that. And so for there, you get a small piece, but the overall art that is displayed at the end of that project, whether it be a video game, a movie, a cartoon, or just a collaborative piece, it's not truly yours, so you can't take full ownership of it. So therefore, you shouldn't be fully invested as like, this is my own personal artwork, but you should still be super proud of it, because it's something that you got to do, and you got to work with other artists to make something unique and special. And it's a different type of expression at that point that I find I had to learn as an artist to not be so sensitive to critiques on a professional level, because especially early on starting, because I was still like, this is mine. It's like, no, they gave you a concept. You didn't think of this character. You're like just trying to match the concept. So it's okay. You know, calm down.
Right. Yeah, true. That's yeah. Yeah, I have nothing to add to that. I agree. I fully, yeah, just it's all about the, but yeah, with personal work, that's why I feel like it takes so long is that it's not to poke fun at it, but it's like it's it's me in there, or it's your own vision, or especially with, it can take a while. That's what I'm trying to say,
Yeah.
is when you're just with yourself. But like with client work, it's like, oh yeah, one done, one here and done. Gotta get it, it's done. But with your own work, it's like, this is my vision, and I gotta see it through. And that's part of like what kind of takes so long, I feel, or which I have to fight like every day. Is like, I gotta just gotta get this done. I gotta take this off. I don't want to like not do this, but I'm just gonna stream it and then get this done because I feel unmotivated. As sad as that is, sometimes that you feel like this. What is it? This. I would say, just don't dread, but it is that kind of whenever you're nearing the end of a project, because the blackout's the best part, I feel. But the detailing, that's when I put on like movies. I'll be binging several no, just shows or whatnot, just to get through it, or maybe I'll stream it, and it's really nice. And I'll come on and complain. I'm like, guys, I'm so done. I've been doing recently. I'm like, I don't want to do the bottles, and I just finished them. It didn't take that long, and but it's like that the mental of getting over it is definitely is definitely the thing. Is like, I just gotta sit down and do it, and then actually no, 10 out of 10 times, not even 9 times out of 10, is that I find that I'm already done, like less than 2 hours. Like it's so interesting that how that happens. Like, oh wow, I am that good. I just it's just that mental, you're always fighting your brain. Anyway.
Yeah. No, 100%. Yeah. Actually, I used to think Retopo sucks, Casey. I used to think that. And then I learned that the secret sauce is you get your favorite drink, your favorite tune,
Mm-hmm.
and you literally tell people to leave you alone, and you just enjoy the process because it's like a puzzle that wasn't solved yet.
Yeah.
And then you pull up reference. Like, there's no need to
Yeah.
reinvent the wheel when it comes to retopology. It doesn't matter
Mhm.
what software you do it in. Like, I retopo in ZBrush most of the time because I can, and I like to blow people's minds when they're like, "I didn't know you could do that." Be like, "Yep, you could do it."
Mhm.
So I like to do that just for fun. But I'll put my favorite tunes on. If I got to really retopo something, I put my favorite tunes on, or favorite TV show. I tell
Right.
everybody I am no longer a participant in the world of Earth. I am completely in retopo mode. So I will see
Yeah.
you all later. And that's pretty much it. And then I find that I get a lot of joy out of that. Um, yeah. And then
Mhm.
I'm gonna throw back to Chloe after this last question I just read too. So Chloe, you can answer both of these questions before we
Yes.
wrap too. So think about Retopo, but also think about so what do you work in, perspective versus not perspective, or orthographic? I do both. I do perspective when I'm doing likenesses, but if I'm making something for 3D printing, I sculpt in orthographic. It just depends on the project. I'll do both. And if I work in perspective for likeness, I usually make the ZRemesher camera focal length of 85, which is pretty close to portrait lens, which
Mhm.
most portrait photographers use 85 millimeter. So I'll do that, and then I'll sculpt in there. And then I always, when I'm working in perspective, I only work off of 1 or 2 images of the person that I'm trying to replicate, because I feel like you have to match lenses if you're going to work off of photos. And a lot of
Mhm.
photos, like iPhone photos, you're looking at somewhere between 35 to 50 millimeter focal length default when you just take a photo, and that changes depending on how close you are to your subject. So I try to match the camera as much as possible when likeness. But if I'm not working with likeness and it's just a character, even if it's a one-to-one concept, I sculpt an orthographic. What about you, Chloe?
Uh Yeah, similar. I usually do stick in orthographic most of the time because if at the beginning I did struggle with like adapting to the camera, and so I would just uh, learn to bring like certain features. If I was, like doing more, anime or stylized, is that you have to like make the features more round or more push them more forward. So yeah, you have to what is it? Turn the orthographic off and then check the lens so like to be like 80 or 50, and then just bring those features forward because that's what you're going to be using in the other program is that was it that lower one, sorry, like 50, or because like I feel like ZBrush is like, so orthographic is like a really high lens, like really flat, right?
Mhm.
Because if you ever export the camera from ZBrush to like Maya or something, it's gonna be like 700, like 1500, like huge, like it's gonna be all the way back here. So you can, if you're ever struggling to figure that out, because which I did, is just bring it into another. I mean, just mess around with it in ZBrush and you'll figure it out. It's
Yeah.
all just an experiment and like what you want to do, but once you figured it out, like it's second nature, or yeah, I'll just usually keep orthographic on most of the time because I already know what's gonna look like with the, but yeah, anyway, not to
Yeah.
flex, but just like,
No,
oh, it's
flex.
gonna make the features like it's gonna make the features like do like a thing, and they're like, okay, anyway,
Yeah.
it's complicated, but yeah, you'll know.
Oh, 100%, 100%. All right. Well, I think we're wrapping up here. We are going to have to take off, but
Mhm.
thank you everyone for coming into the stream and hanging out with Chloe. Chloe, welcome to ZBrush Live. We're super excited to have you. It's
Mhm.
been awesome working with you behind the scenes, so it's going to be even more awesome to have you here. Again, make sure to follow Chloe's works. I'm going to share your link tree one more time for people to find you. And then keep an eye out for ZBrush Live because you tweet a lot, actually, don't you?
Oh yeah, I do tweet a lot.
So they tweet a lot. So
Mhm.
that's the best way to definitely stay up to date. But of course, too,
Mhm.
we have the ZBrush Live calendar where we start putting everything up there as well. So definitely go to ZBrush Central for the calendar if you want to follow Chloe's work and so forth and so forth. So that's always a good spot. And then I'm going to just sharing a bunch of stuff real quick in the chat before we bounce. And tomorrow is May the 4th, everyone. And there's been amazing artists coming through and doing a bunch of stuff. So please, please, please check out the May the 4th stuff. I'm gonna copy and paste that right now too. I feel like I'm speaking faster than my fingers can go. You know what I mean?
You're doing great. I can't even tell. I'm like, I feel like no one else can tell for it's great.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
good. That's good. We're just like second guess everything I do in life, but we're good.
Oh, for sure. That's all about being an artist. That's artist
I
number rule
know,
two.
right? Yeah,
Is don't trust anyone, not even yourself.
exactly. Always ask for advice.
That too. Yeah.
So let me just get the calendar real quick, and then that's it, guys. So again, thank you so much for being here. It's super awesome.
Mhm.
What is this?
Thanks for having me. Thanks.
Yeah, absolutely.
It went by so fast.
Yep. I know it's gonna be super great. And then all right, so there you go. And there's the last one right there for the ZBrush Live calendar. So again, everybody, thank you so much for showing up, hanging out. Chloe, again, thank you for coming on and being
Mhm.
here. And again, May the 4th is happening. And I got a few of these things here. So see you tomorrow. See you tomorrow. All right, everybody. Bye.
Bye.